If you like what you see, why don't you think about subscribing? And make sure to check out my channel for videos just like this. What's going on, folks? It's MrBucketlist here, and today I'm in Celebration, Florida, where I'll be going over the edge at the Melia Orlando. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's get right into it. This is going to be a showcase of one of the newest thrilling experiences here in the Orlando area, the Celebration area. It's with a company called Over the Edge. Now, this is a non-profit, and I was actually invited out by Amanda and Brad, so thank you so much for inviting me. You all know I love when I get invited to these events. It just really means a lot to me, and especially something like this. I mean, I'm MrBucketlist, so I love thrills like this, and this is definitely one for the books. But let's get into it. This is done with a company called Over the Edge Global. They work with nonprofits all around the world, and they pretty much raise proceeds and they donate them to things like charities and such. So I'll definitely go ahead and leave some links in the description because they all are pretty much all around the states and around the world. So they may have an event near you. I highly recommend it. I mean, you all know anything that gets my heart beating is something that I thoroughly enjoy. I'm MrBucketlist, and again, this was definitely a new one for me. And not only that, at least the one here in Orlando, I mean, as far as the actual I'm building the hotel that was at the resort. It's a place called the Melia Orlando. I had never heard of it before. I reached out to one of my friends. She said she was very familiar with it, and I see why it is a beautiful resort. So, I mean, whether you want to do this experience or just go to this hotel, I can recommend them both. So let's go over the process. It's very simple. So of course you first walk in, you go ahead and sign the waiver, check in, things like that. And then they have a little waiting area. And so the way they were doing, at least in the Orlando location, was they were doing 2 groups at a time. So basically for me, it was me and the Taste Buds. Now I'm getting to them a little bit later on. They were extremely helpful as far as helping me get just pictures and content for this video. And they were very nice people. And so, well, let me just go ahead and show them right now. Say hello.
Hi everyone.
So introduce yourself, please.
Absolutely. So I am Vanessa.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Alicia. Eliana.
And we are
The Taste Buds on YouTube.
Tell them about the experience. How was it?
It was absolutely epic. So I went and did Over the Edge here in Orlando. Justin was with me the whole time.
I was there. Shout out to them. They were amazing. It was really cool to be up there. So basically, Vanessa and myself, we both had our experiences together because, like I said, they do 2 families at one time. I was solo. So, of course, as a solo traveler, you all know it's always really hard for me to get content, to get pictures without them being selfies and stuff. And if I'm doing something like this, just forget it. The cool thing is not only did the Taste Buds also help me, but they also have professional photographers on standby as well. So if you want someone to take pictures of your experience and get really high quality pictures, they're there for you. That is included in this experience. So after getting all suited up and things like that, they have some little snacks if you're kind of hungry in the waiting room. We went straight up to the building, to the top of the building. And so it was pretty cool to be up there. Now, again, this was almost like a beginner session. This is 5 stories. I mean, I think if you fill 5 stories, you may or may not survive. It's not a big deal. It's not that high. Now, there are videos that I probably showed earlier and I'll show now where people are on skyscrapers and things like that. That's not what we were doing. So if you're doing this experience, don't worry. It's not too high, but it is high enough to at least get your blood pumping. Now, this is funny right here. So Vanessa actually decided to go first, ladies first. And when she got there, long story short, her spotter at the bottom just wasn't there. And so she had to wait for him to get down.
Don't scare me, please.
It's not a scary thing. I just need a person down there before I can send you down.
Okay, so I'll just chill here.
So again, safety first. So she was kind of freaking out, and I felt really bad because honestly, if I was in that position, I would have been scared as well. But she handled it. She handled it like a boss, and she made it down. So once she did, I was like, you know what? It's my turn. Let's go ahead and get it. Now, the one thing I will suggest is if you do this version, I thought it would be cool to have my wrist strap for my GoPro. So you are allowed to have a camera strapped to you, a GoPro, if it's strapped on. You can't hold a cell phone or anything like that, but you can have it strapped on. Now, the thing is, I thought it was going to be okay to use my wrist strap because I do that on roller coasters. I'm so used to roller coasters, I can move it around and stuff like that, and it's perfectly legal. But with this experience, I mean, using your hands, it's just very intense. So, I mean, you want to at least get like a chest mount or maybe a head strap. I would honestly recommend a head strap. It looks a lot better than the chest mount. But either way, get one of those. Do not do a GoPro with a wrist strap like I did. Your footage will come out like this, and it looks terrible. So yeah, that was it. I mean, I made it all the way down. It's very simple, very quick. I mean, honestly, I think it takes longer for you to get suited up and stuff like that than getting down that wall if you're doing 5 stories. So long story short, I highly, highly recommend this experience. Again, thank you, Amanda, Brad, and the Taste Buds. I mean, all of you all just, like I said, just meeting the Taste Buds and Amanda and Brad for inviting me out here, and Edgar as well. Thank you so much. Again, if you're in Orlando, I highly recommend this experience. Like I said, it's something quick, it's something fun to do, and it's something different. I mean, not everybody can say they climbed down a building like Spider-Man. So hope you all enjoyed this quick showcase. It's Mr. Bucket List. Peace out.